The feet on the front legs of my 6-point roll cage need replacing. In my last video I removed the similar plates from the rear hoop and tacked them into place with the section slotted back into the car. So while it's in there, I'll use this to get the accurate position of the replacement plates on the front legs. This will save a little bit of moving the whole thing in and out. I'll bolt it all up so that it sits properly. After making all the mounting points with the original cage, I'm now basically using the car as a jig for the replacement bits of the old cage. I look quite happy with myself putting in this cross member, but it's actually the wrong way around. Perhaps that's why it was a little stubborn to slot in. Questioning why it looked so far back from the top edge of the windscreen aperture, I removed the bolts I just put in and decided to try it the other way around. That's much better. Been taking these in and out for years and never realized there was one way to fit that bar. I tightened up all the bolts, and there's always tension putting in these legs into the cage, so it was definitely not going to sit nice and easy. So I had to come up with a way to hold it in position. So that's actually a threaded bar with a nut on it, and that's spacing it in from the side correctly. And then I'm using a long bolt up here to push the whole thing down. I slotted in a few bolts on either side, the side on tension and then on the other side not so much, but with the exact same bolt, so that everything was sitting square. That brought the foot up a little bit, but that'll bolt down nicely after. The alignment of the bolt holes was the most important thing, and I got a couple of tacks in with it in position. The long bolt on either side was interacting with the exact same pressing in the roof structure. Wasn't 100% sure this would lift off my captive bolts perfectly, but I had faith that with some jiggling around it would come out, and actually it wasn't so bad at all. I'll take them out of the car so that I can get easy access all the way around for welding. And that's why I mounted them this way on my tyre fitter. That was one side done, and then I fitted up the other leg and worked my way around that too. These were good practice because the ones on the rear hoop were going to be a bit more challenging with the crossbar already in place. In the small garage I had to be quite creative about supporting it with space to work. The next job will be to replace the plates on the bottom of the main hoop.